Hi and welcome to this on-demand event today. My name is John Sheik and I'm here from UniTasterDays, and I absolutely love these events where we explore with an expert speaker studying different subjects at university. The subject today we're going to be looking at is creative writing, and I'm delighted to say that Vanessa Harbour is joining us from the University of Winchester. So Vanessa is going to talk about why you might be interested in studying creative writing, what to expect on the course if you did study it, application tips and careers. But Vanessa, do you mind if I start by just asking you a little bit about your career to date?
Yeah, no problem at all. And I love these videos as well. They're so useful, and I love nothing more than talking about creative writing. I came to academia late. I had a career before being an academic. I had my own business. I had a management consultancy and PR consultancy. And I also wrote for the media about property. But all my jobs have involved writing to a certain extent. As a child, I wanted to either be a doctor or a writer, and I now have a PhD, which means I can call myself a doctor, and I'm a writer. So to a certain extent, I've achieved my childhood dreams. I then had some surgery, which went a little bit wrong, and I ended up disabled, and I went to university and started studying creative writing because I'd used writing again to help me through losing my identity through the surgery and stuff like that. And so I wanted to study more about it. So went to university, and 3 degrees later, I'm now a lecturer. I have the best job in the world because I'm a writer, and I help people with their aspirations, inspirations and ideas of wanting to do things with writing. And I'm now currently the program leader for creative writing, the creative writing program, and the creative and professional writing program at Winchester. So out of something fairly negative has come something incredibly positive. And I love what I do, and I love working with the students. It's great to see them really grow and develop over the 3 years and understand what they can do with writing.
Vanessa, thank you so much, and good on you. I'm so pleased that you love what you do now and teaching and stuff, and I suppose students will only benefit from that. So it's great that you're doing this now. Right, I'm going to keep on track though, Vanessa, because I'm conscious of time. We try and make these videos as short and snappy as I can, so I try and keep my bit to a minimum, and your bit to a maximum. So I'm going to come to you with the first question, which we ask every guest in terms of every subject, and that's why might students be interested in studying creative writing at university?
You should consider creative writing if you love to write, you are interested in the process, you love books and maybe different mediums. Maybe you're interested in scripts. How does the narrative behind a computer game work? Perhaps you're interested in publishing and the process behind that. Doing a creative writing degree is a chance to try on lots of different voices and types of writing to find out who you are as a writer. There was a critic, essayist, novelist, poet, chap called Alvarez, and he says that as a young writer, you need to try on lots of different voices in order to find out who you are. And that's what a creative writing degree is all about. Those chances to work out who you are as a writer. When I came to university, I had a very set idea as to what sort of writer I thought I was. And it was only the opportunity to study and take a couple of modules in a form of writing I'd never even considered that I found out I was a very different writer. And I now have 2 books in that area published that and I'd never even considered it. I hadn't even thought about it. I'm a children's writer, and I'd never done any children's writing until I came to university. Wasn't even on my radar, but it was that chance to try it. And I'd never have tried it sat on my own in a room. So it's a chance to explore and consider opportunities, think about different careers. So it's not just about genres, it's thinking about the careers that are open to you as well.
Absolutely love that, Vanessa. And I've got 2 young kids, so I'm regularly reading children's books. I didn't realise to us in our conversations before about children's writing, and I've got so many questions about that, but I'm going to stay on track. So, right, next question is linked to what do students do? So the answer might be a little bit similar to the first one, but say a student decides they want to go to university and study creative writing. What can they expect when they're on the course?
Right. Well, as I mentioned, it is a chance to try on lots of different voices and to work out who you are as a writer. But it's not about arriving here and then disappearing into an ivory tower for 3 years and writing and coming back down at the end of the 3 years with a degree. A creative writing degree is not a soft option. You will be expected to write a lot in class and between classes. You will be expected to share that writing with your peers and tutors in workshop situations, where you will be expected to give constructive criticism and also receive constructive criticism. And this is an amazing skill to learn that you will then be able to take out into the real world and into the workplace. So it's such an important skill to have. You'll also need to read a lot. And this is going to include outside your comfort zone. So you can't always read the same sort of books that you love. We're going to push you and make you read things that maybe you wouldn't have normally read. But it's a good thing, because to be a writer, you need to read and read and read and read. Assignments are likely to be a creative element in various formats, plus a critical element that is going to explore your creative decisions. You might also be asked to do a presentation, either on your own in groups, or you may even have to pitch, particularly if you're doing script writing. You might have to do a pitch alongside that. Sometimes we get guest speakers coming in and industry specialists to talk to you about the sort of things that you could do and what they've done. Invariably, you are taught by practitioners. So we are all practicing writers. So we understand the pain. We know what it's like. We know the good things and, the good days when the writing is flowing and the bad days when it's like pulling teeth. But also we are connected with the industry. So we're up to date with what is happening in the industry at the moment. You are likely to study the following in all its formats. So sort of fiction, poetry, non-fiction and scripts, and so much more, sort of including perhaps graphic novels to comics and game narratives. But, that's just skimming the surface of what you might cover. Because obviously fiction and poetry and non-script is just an umbrella of so much more.
I love the flexibility and just the choice and also people that they're listening to these aren't afraid of hard work, Vanessa, because it'll be probably I don't know, the main listeners we've got with school groups or students probably 16, 17 that are going out of their way to find out more about subjects. So rest assured our listeners are not afraid of hard work. So that's really good. Right. So let's kind of take it to the next level then. So say a student has picked creative writing, they love finding out more about it, really want to go ahead and study it. In terms of what the application, is there anything that you particularly like to see in a student or any tips when it comes to kind of the application stage for students?
What we're looking for is a passion for writing and reading. So, tell us about what you like to write, what you are writing, what you've read, what book has really had an impact on you, the sort of books that you read regularly. I don't necessarily think it's got to be highfalutin. Just talk passionately about something you love. We want to hear the passion. At Winchester, we're not looking particularly for a specific A level. We're about the passion. And that love for writing, because writing can be very hard at times. So you've got to be driven and got to really want to do it in order to succeed in the degree. And that's what we're looking for.
Thank you so much. And last question is linked actually, and it's the opening question actually, with your own experience, whether you went from consultancy to creative writing to now, publishing, but we always ask speakers about careers, and I'd imagine, well, actually, no, I'll leave the answer to you. But in my mind, I'd imagine there's no set route there like there is in some paths. But do you want to tell us more about what graduates go on to do?
Yeah, I've been talking to some of my students that have left, and I asked them what they've gone on to do. So I have the range of opportunities available to creative writing students is massive. And they go on into communications, they go into script production for TV, apps and games, teaching at all levels, librarians, social media at all levels, management and content creation for websites, copywriters. Several of them, they become freelancers and are very successful at it, different things. Journalism, HR, publishing in all departments, editorial, marketing, sales, and marketing, PR and advertising are obvious ones as well. Digital resource creation, theatre and music production, management consultancy and analysis, buyers in bookshops, performance poets, novelists and documentary creators. So you can see that there is no limit really to what you can do with a creative writing degree. And that's one of the things that I get asked so often is, well, what do you do with a creative writing degree? And more often than not, I say you are limited only by your imagination.
What a lovely way to finish, limited by only by your imagination. And actually at UniTasterDays, we use freelance colleagues when it comes to copywriting, brochures and things. So we work with creative writing. I can speak firsthand of someone that runs the company, work with them, and words are so powerful, aren't they, Vanessa? Like there's so much, sometimes we get texts that's supplied by other people, and actually someone that's got a creative way of writing just can make that page just light up. So I know firsthand, how the strength of creative writing. Final thing for me, Vanessa, to say is just a huge thank you to you. So joining us today has been Dr. Vanessa Harbour, joining us from the University of Winchester. Vanessa, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really great chatting to you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you.